What is going on, everybody? It's Go-Karts, Mini Bikes, and more, and today I'm going to be fitting the Predator 212 on my Manco Dingo go-kart. Now, if you remember in my last video, I introduced that I had this engine for this go-kart, and the plan for that video was to do an install in that video, but the video got long after doing basically a shop update because I hadn't filmed in months. So, I had to run to the hardware store to get a spring for the brake pedal return and just some other nuts and bolts and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I did put this engine on yesterday without filming, just because I didn't feel like it. It was hot out and just didn't feel like filming. So what happened was the chain was either way too long or way too short. So I had to run out and get some half links, and I'm just hoping that that'll fix it, because if not, I'll have to rig up an adjustment system with an adjustment wheel, kind of something like this. This is for my mini bike, but kind of something like that, just like in a little adjuster pulley or idler sprocket. So I'm just gonna get the 4 bolts in, just so the engine's nice and lined up, and then I'll put the chain on, and I'll hope that the chain will be the right length. I'm not going to use the spacer plate that comes with it. I think that's in the seat. Yeah, I'm not going to use this. I would like to, but I can't really, because the gas tank sits too high with it. Without it, the gas tank can fit between the steering hoop a little bit better, and I'll get a little bit more adjustability. So hopefully it'll work without that. Hopefully, my biggest concern is that the chain is going to hit this fin right here or something like that, because it is really close to the sprocket already and everything. But the only way to find out is to find out, I like to say. So I'm going to get the last bolt into the mounting plate, and then I'll feed the chain through, and I'll turn the camera on once I have that done. And guys, in yesterday's video, I kind of emphasized why you should check me out on Garage Amino, and I forgot to, I left out, I have a poll going about what should be my first car, and just to get your opinion on a lot of cars that I might like to get, if you guys had any experience with them. So if you want to help me out, follow me on Garage Amino, and also you can see all my builds and upcoming videos. Okay, so I have 3 of the 4 bolts tightened. As you can see, I have the vice grips on them right now on the nut. Originally I had Allen head bolts, and it was a nightmare. So if you have to get under a go-kart and everything, like one of these, don't use Allen, use hex. I got the chain on. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I used number 40 offset links to take up a lot of the space that I couldn't get, because like I said, the chain was either way too loose or way too short. So the half link, clean that up nice. It's nice and tight, as you can see. It appears to be fairly straight. There is gas and oil in this engine, so I do have to do a oil change after I break it in, and I'm not going to do that idle break in. I'm just going to ride it, because that's the way I like to break stuff in. So I guess I'm going to tighten that 4th bolt, and then I'll be able to put the throttle cable on, and we'll be able to fire her up. Happy days. Also, let me know if you guys would like to see a video on how to cut chain, because for some reason a lot of people don't know how to do it, and I just want to show you guys a simple way to do that. So let me know if you guys would be interested in a video like that next time I have to cut a chain. And so as you can see, I have the vice grips put on the 4th and final bolt. And then, like I said, all we need is the throttle cable, and should be good. Of course, I'm going to go over it one last time to make sure everything is tight and I'm not leaving out a bolt or anything important. I did get a spring for this because the old one was really worn out, and I had to cut it down a lot. It was about maybe a 1.5 inch long spring. I don't know, somewhere around there, but as you can see, it returns. The only problem is the brakes are rubbing on the rotor a little bit, I'm not sure how to adjust these mechanical brakes, so if you guys know how, let me know. Or maybe send me a link to a video of yours that you showed how, or someone else's. It's not like grabbing it to where it can't move, it's just really like barely on there, just to where it's making a noise really. So I'm sure once I ride it after 10 minutes, the brakes will burn down a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this fourth bolt in and the throttle cable, and I'll be able to fire her up after the final walk through to make sure everything's tight. Fourth and final bolt is tight. My only complaint about this right now is I got Stover nuts instead of nylock nuts, and I gotta say I hate Stover nuts. I've never used them before besides this time, and I hate them. Probably 3 of these out of the 4 you can screw down all the way by hand after only putting a bolt through them once. So not a fan of them. We'll see if they vibrate loose. I'm not sure if they will. They probably won't. But eventually, next time I have this engine off, I'm definitely switching back to nylock. But fourth bolt is in, so now all I gotta do is run the throttle cable through. Just give you guys a quick walk around. Oh, and another thing. I was watching Fearless Friend, and if you guys don't know his YouTube channel, I suggest you check him out. Really cool guy. He does a lot of cool stuff. He makes lawn mowers, like lawn tractors, into off-road things, and he registers them as ATVs and everything. They're pretty freaking awesome. They're probably better than most ATVs actually. So that's really cool. I suggest you check him out. But if I recall, in one of his videos, he said he lowers his tire pressure to about 8 psi. Can't remember if he said 8 or 11, but either way, I lowered mine to 8 psi on all 4 tires, just to help with going over logs and everything, because this doesn't have suspension, and without it you'll probably bounce around a lot. As you can see, it softens it up a lot. So it's not flat enough to where rim is going to be hitting or anything, so I think it should be okay. I'm going to look up that video again, see if I can find it, just so I don't bend the rims or anything, or the wheels if you want to be technical about it. I like the rag top, I like it all, as you can see. But enough talking, I'm gonna get that throttle cable in and fire her up. It's time. Now, I'm probably not gonna do a video of riding. I'm probably just gonna do a quick startup and then I'll end the video. Just let you guys hear how it sounds and everything. So, choke is on, gas is on, kill switch is on. First pull. Nice. Well, that just about does it. I apologize I didn't really make this more of a tutorial of how to install an engine so much as just showing you guys, and I was halfway through by the time I started the camera, so I apologize. When I have to take this engine off to do an oil change, because as you can see the oil fill is right there and everything. So when I have to take this engine off to do an oil change, I definitely will show you guys how to install an engine. But hope you guys enjoyed. I will get some riding footage. Check me out on Garage Amino at Go-Karts, Mini Bikes, and more. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.